Hello everybody, welcome back to another edition of Vijeo Designer training. I'm your host Leandro Mada, and in this video what we're gonna see is how we can configure the WebGate of our HMI. So let's go to the software. For those who don't know what is the WebGate allowed us to access to the HMI, okay, and see the screens of the HMI in our laptop. But in order to do that, we need to use Internet Explorer or Microsoft Edge. So let's start by creating a new application, new project. So it's going to be HMI WebGate. Next, and I'm going to use in this case the HMI STU series. Okay, next, and I'm going to set up the part at the moment. So this is going to be my screen. I'm going to use this logo over here. Okay, so we have it on the HMI. And then what I'm going to do is to create a few variables. So I'm going to create an int variable 01 internal 2 and 3. So I'm going to use those variables over here. So it's going to be this one, int 1, and I'm going to use the enable input mode. Okay, the color, the text, and the plate is gonna be this one, so it's gonna be easier to identify on the camera. I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to create a new font display. I usually use Albany with a higher one, so it's gonna be 22. Okay, yep. So probably we're going to see this on the screen. Okay, there we go. We can adjust this a little bit more to maximize. Okay. Okay, there we go. So we have this. Have another variable over here. Variable number 2. And the latest one is going to be the number 3. So what I'm going to do is just to make an addition between this one and this one. And in order to do that, I will use a button to make the calculation. So it's going to be int plus this one, and the result is going to be added to this one. There we go. I'm going to change the color. So it's going to be this 28 volt, and the color of this one is going to be, let's take a look at this color that I have. And okay, so this is going to be the button in order to make the calculations. So imagine that you have already your application done. Okay, so you want to see that in your laptop. So in the laptop we must have the WebGate installer, okay, installed on the laptop. The WebGate is free, so you just need to download from our website or ask the technical support to give you the right version that you have for the Vijeo Designer. So you need to check which is the version of Vijeo Designer, and then you need to match the WebGate version with this one. Now, if we're going to communicate over Ethernet, what we need to do is to configure the Ethernet parameters. So if we go to network, here we just need to put the IP address. In my case, it's this one, or the one to be this one. Okay, 255, and I'm going to calculate, put this one, 68.1. Okay, I'm going to use this one for the load, and I'm going to allow this part. Please take a look on this. Okay, now we have already configured this part. It is important, if we are going to have access to this, that we have some users. So we just need to go to environment, security. Here we just need to add a group. So in my case, it's going to be Schneider, and I'm going to create a user. It's going to be LTA, LTA, and LTA. So it's going to be assigned to the Schneider group. On the property inspector, okay, that's going to be this one over here, property inspector, shift plus F7. We should enable the target security. when we enable the target security on this one, we should be enable the security level, so we can enable things based on the level. Now this one I'm not going to explain it now, okay, but it is important to understand this. This is the WebGate and web server that we can enable. So here in this part you can see I'm not able to do anything at all because it's not enabled in our program. So in order to enable the users for the WebGate, we just need to go to target, remote access, enable the web server and the WebGate here. Okay, here you have different things to modify on the web server, but I'm going to explain that now. We also have the possibility to use Vijeo Designer, so we can use the smartphone using the application Vijeo Designer and the IP address of the equipment. Now, if we use the web server and the WebGate, it's important to enable the data sharing. The data sharing helps us to share information from the HMI externally, for example, using the WebGate or the Vijeo Designer Air. So once you enable the data sharing, you need to enable the data sharing for each of the variables that you are using on the project. So I'm going to go back to that later, but I want to continue with the security of the web server. So as soon as we have this enabled, we have the WebGate web server security. At the moment it's disabled, but I'm going to use security, so I can assign the security to access only for this group, read and write. And also I can enable the Vijeo here, read write. Okay, this is what you can do. So the security is already set. Now I need to check on the variable so I can have access remotely. So variables, if you take a look on one of the variables in the property inspector, you can see the sharing. This is the data sharing. Here you need to select read and write or read only, depending on the variable that you want to share and how it's going to be used, for reading or for read write. One thing that you can do here in order to check all the variables is to click on here to configure the columns, and there is one for sharing, add, and you should be able to see sharing group, and here you can modify or select all of the variables with a shift, and then here in the property inspector you should be able to change all of them. In my case I'm going to use read and write. Now what I'm going to do is to download this application, okay, to the target. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to double check the network, allow, and I believe I don't missing anything at all, so we can download to the target. Going to delete everything just in case, and I'm going to download this to the target. So hopefully I should be able to connect. Okay, starting runtime. It's downloading, so just wait for it to finish. If we take a look on the HMI, we should be able to see the progress. Okay, have the previous application in there. Just wait for it to finish. There we go. So it's downloading the application, or it's loading the application I had download. Waiting for connection. Receiving. It's going to take a few seconds. Okay, there we go, just finished. So now it's booting. Just wait for it. Okay, so we have in there the button. So if I press this one, we should be able to see the 3 in there, but I didn't change this one. to number 3. So we just need to download this once again. My mistake in there. So as soon as we download the application now, once again, and change this mistake, what I'm going to do is to show you how it works on the HMI. Then we are going to see the connection using the WebGate on Internet Explorer. So if we go back here, just change this. Okay, so now it's booting back again. So hopefully now we should be able to see the variable. Okay. So 1, 2, and 3. If I change it to 6, it makes the calculation. So this is working fine, which is good. So imagine that this is your real application with everything. So what we need to do now is to open Internet Explorer and see the HMI. So go back to the HMI and open Internet Explorer. Okay, just put over here. Here we just need to type the IP address of the equipment. It's going to be 55, which is the one I have. And this is the web server of the HMI. Then in order to access to the WebGate, we just have in frame on new window. If we use new window, it will open a new window, and here it will ask me for the credentials. So in my case, it's going to be LTA. Okay. As you can see here, I'm seeing the same as the screen. So if I change this value over here, it's going to be changed on the device. So if I change to this, it's changed on the actual target, plus it makes the calculation. Okay, so this is the WebGate. Now, in my case, I have already everything configured to make it work. But in your case, probably you need to make some additional things. So it could be that in your case you have the safety activates filter. If you have this tick, okay, and if we open this again, new window, you will probably have this message. Okay, so in order to sort that out, we just need to safety deactivate this part. So we can close this part, open it again, and it's working fine. Okay, so I should be able to enter the credentials. We can do this without credentials, but I encourage you to use the credentials. And there we go. Another thing that it could happen is that if you're working on Internet Explorer, you have the security in-air protect mode, and if you apply this, okay, sometimes you probably don't have the right access to this. There you have this. Vijeo Activate Control cannot run in protected mode. So in order to disable this part, what we need to do is to disable this, apply, yes, okay, and connect once again to the target. Okay, and there we go. And if I show you the HMI, you can see the results. Okay, so this is how you can use the WebGate for our HMIs, Harmony HMIs program on Vijeo Designer. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I see you on the next one.